Hey everyone, it's Laurie from Cook Scrap Craft. Here is the Pinterest inspiration that I am using for today's Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. Every month, the last Wednesday of the month, a group of scrapbookers takes inspiration from our Pinterest boards, whether it's a sketch, a mood board, or whatever, a scrap lift, and we create a scrapbook layout based on it. So what I just showed you was actually from Creative Memories January 2023 virtual crop. I don't know what the virtual crop was, but I happened to see the pin was on Pinterest and I saved it because I was like, oh great, it's a 2-pager. It's getting a lot of photos on the layout. And I actually still have a lot of photos that need to be 2-pagers. So I'm like, let's do it. And this one is going to be another zoo photo, another zoo layout. And you're probably like, didn't you already use up all of that Simple Stories Into the Wild collection? And I'm going to say, no, I didn't actually. I still have some papers and embellishments and stuff to use up for this. So that's what I'm going to do on this one. And I'm adding in a couple pieces that are obviously not part of that collection because I don't have any more full 12 by 12 sheets of pattern paper. I'm basically using just a lot of leftovers and a lot of the embellishments. So now you get to see how I'm doing that. Yay! All right, so what am I adding in that's not part of the Simple Stories Into the Wild collection? I am adding in the background paper. So that is a tree pattern paper. And it is from the Keep It Simple, some sort of outdoor themed collection. I got it last summer at the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo. They're coming back in the end of August. I really hope I can go. Obviously, my husband's trying to plan a vacation. I don't know when we're going to go, but I'm going to try to make it not be over the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo weekend. And I'm also adding in some of that yellow cardstock, which is just something from my stash. I thought it was a good color to use because there's some yellow in these embellishments. Pattern paper that I cut into a banner at the bottom, that is from the Into the Wild collection. And then here you can see I'm just sticking down some embellishments. So for the most part, I would say I kept pretty much to the original sketch. When I get to the second page, I changed things up a little bit, but that's a mistake. I didn't mean to change things up a little bit, but it's fine. So on this first page, you've got a 4x4 photo on the top and two 4x6 photos on the bottom. And right now I'm just using placeholders. When I used to print pictures, or when I print pictures from Shutterfly, I still do, you usually get like a cover sheet. And I always save that cover sheet and I use it to cover photos when I'm doing my splatters. And then I also use them to kind of like give me an idea of where a photo is going to go if I don't have the photos, because obviously for this one, I don't have the photos printed out yet. These are going to be zoo photos from our June vacation. I am still trying to finish those. I have lots of photos to scrap from that. It's going to get its own album, which is going to be great, but I just need to finish it up yet. So these little things are going to be placeholders, although I do come back and I will grab some cardstock and pattern paper so that I can create mats for the photos and then actually have something to stick down so I know where the photos are going to go. So I'm trying to line up everything for the second half of the page. I don't know how it always works out, but even when I'm cutting a piece of pattern paper in half, it's always like I use my cutter and I'm measuring, but one side is always just a little bit shorter than the other. Not a big deal because they're not going to be right together in my album because I use page protectors. So they're going to be kind of separated, but I know that they don't fit, but just don't look too close, okay? So originally, this side was supposed to have what I'm doing right now. It's got one 4x6 vertical at the top, one 4x6 horizontal next to it, a 4x6 horizontal on the bottom, and then a 4x4 next to that. And I really like the way that looks. So obviously this is a design that I want to do again so that I can do it the right way. Not that the way I end up doing it is wrong at all, but I think I just got a little distracted. And as I'm trying to figure out how to mat the photos and everything, I just, I end up placing the photos in a different configuration, and that's okay. So I'm adding in that yellow cardstock again, so it looks like the yellow's going across the page. It looks like that banner's going across the entire 2 pages. And I'm also using an Elmer's tape runner. I happen to be, where was I? I was somewhere. Dollar Tree maybe? And I saw this and I needed more adhesive, and obviously I didn't want to have to go to Michael's to go out of my way to buy my double-sided adhesive squares, which are rather expensive, I'm not going to lie. And I saw that there was this Elmer's tape runner thing, and I have the tape runner. I just needed the refill, and you get 2 in a pack. So I was like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to use until I place another online order and remember to get some of the adhesive that I like. All right, so I'm adding in that little journaling spot, and I'm going to stick a few of those phrase stickers down. I might do some journaling in there. I don't know. We'll kind of see how it goes once I get the photos printed, what I want to do. But you can already tell that's not the placement of where the photos are supposed to go, right? They're supposed to be a 4x6 vertical next to a 4x6 horizontal, right? Well, now it's going to be 4x6 vertical right next to each other. And that's okay. It's fine. It really is. I kind of like it with the way that I did the journaling spot. I kind of like that a little bit better than I guess what I would have done if I had remembered the correct placement of the photos. But like I said, there's no right or wrong way to do it. The way that I did it is fine. And especially if you don't have horizontal photos, then you're going to be like, well, what can I do? Well, just mess around with the placement a little bit. And I actually do need to go back and check the photos that I'm going to print, because I think I chose this one because there were supposed to be a certain number of horizontals, and I had a certain number of horizontals. We'll see how it goes. I think I can still make it work. But what I wanted to do up here was I wanted to have the top 2 photos have the same sort of matting, so it looks like they're kind of together. And I chose this rainbow colored paper from the Into the Wild collection. And these mats are 4x6. So when I get the 4x6 photos printed, I will trim them down just a smidge so you can actually see the matting that's going behind them. Now I'm adding in a few more stickers. I'm just pulling random stickers that I like because I'm trying to use them up. They're all a zoo theme, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think I have a photo of a lion that I'm going to be scrapbooking. I actually think I have a photo of a panda, but there are no pandas in this collection. So it's like, whatever. Just, they're all animals. I'm sure they were there at the zoo. We might have seen them. We might not have, whatever. So now I'm cutting out a 4x4 mat to go down at the bottom next to the horizontal 4x6. And I need to add in something else to mat for that horizontal 4x6. I'm going to bring the same colors and patterns onto the first page so that I can have similar mats going on and everything kind of ties together from page to page. And once again, these mats that I'm cutting out are exactly 4x4 or 4x6. So again, when I get my photos printed, I'm going to trim them down. If I print a 4x6 and trim it down to a 4x4, it's actually going to be smaller than a 4x4 because I want the matting to show. All right, so now I am taking some more of that rainbow pattern paper. I had to cut into those cut aparts, but it's fine. I'll get over it. So that I'm trying to tie the same color. So that rainbow one is going to go on the first page. I'm going to have some of the green and some of that brown. Those were just cardstock colors from my stash. I found that I was I'm surprised that I have so many solid color paper scraps in my stash, but there's a reason why I separated them by color into plastic bags so that I could do this. I could easily go to that color scheme bag and say, I need something green. What green was going to go with this? Or I need something brown. What brown is going to go with this? So that's a really handy tip. I was going to say trick, and then I started to say tips. It's a really handy trip. Okay. Well, now I'm just sticking everything down. I added a few more adhesive bits to that chipboard sticker because we all know chipboard stickers are the worst at sticking. And now I'm going to do the mats on this side because I'm like, you know what? There's no reason to have these placeholders here. I have the mats already cut. Let's just stick them down. And I do kind of have things moved a smidge. So the bottom ones originally were kind of covering up the embellishments on the bottom, overlapping them, I guess you would say. Oh, wow, I used a ruler. I'm actually measuring. But then when I put the mats down, they weren't covering, they weren't overlapping, whatever. Again, it doesn't matter. That one is still going to overlap down there in the right-hand corner, bottom right-hand corner, because I really want it to. So the other ones just, I don't know. I guess I moved them too far over, or who knows? Who knows? Nothing ever goes down the exact same way that you had it if you have to lift stuff up and put it back down. But anyway, I'm pleased with the way that this 2-page layout turned out. Here are the close-ups. Make sure that you go down in the description box below to hop along with everybody else who's playing with Off the Board with pineapple papers today. It's a great group of creative crafters, and, be inspired by your own Pinterest board. Check out the link below to my Pinterest board so you can see what has been inspiring me, and definitely, participate, hop along with us. Let us know that you're playing along. We'll see you next time. Bye.